fans have been eager for this clash coming up in what some affectionately refer to as the snake pit. The Boilermakers will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Terrapins offense will come out first. If you look at this game on paper, it really shouldn't be much of a matchup. You have a high-powered offense against, candidly, an overmatched opponent. But, hey, you never know. You got to line up and play the game.
On paper, this is a horrible matchup. But this game's not played on paper, right? Like, this defense, they're going to have to play their best game. They're going to have to play more consistent than they have. They haven't tackled well this season. They're going to have to play their best game against a great opponent. But we've seen upsets happen. They got to get some adrenaline, some emotion, something good to happen early.
I think it has to happen early, David, and then the question is, can they maintain that over the course of the entire game? Listen, it's college football. 18 to 22-year-olds, and maybe this offense just thinks they can come out here and roll their helmet out on the field, and that's going to get it done. We've seen crazy stuff happen, but no doubt, this defense has to play out of their minds today to have any shot.
And the Terrapins with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To the air, it's St. Clair. Snagged out of the air. He gets it up across the 20 to the 22 before he's pushed out of bounds.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So nice job by the offensive coordinator giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. The Terrapins will punt it away on 4th down. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. So Purdue's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
With the catch, it's Branch. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Let's take a minute and look big picture at Purdue. They had a win on the recruiting trail last week. 3-star linebacker giving a verbal commitment. And getting good talent like that is what a program at this level really needs to succeed.
Yeah, this is the next step for this program, right? Continue to get talent and high school talent that can come in that you know they can compete with your roster right now. Those are the guys that really help you take that next step.
He'll keep it on the sneak.
And how nice is it then to have a big physical quarterback like this guy, right? You got 4th and short, quarterback sneak. Everybody knows it, but he's just plowing into that offensive line and driving his legs, pushing forward to pick up the 1st down.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds the tight end. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throw and catch. And the Boilermakers look to keep this drive humming. Quarterback may change this route. To the air on 1st down. Deep throw off his back foot. He's got it on the left. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Boilermakers!
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Maryland has the ball back and the Terrapin offense ready to go. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Caught in the backfield, it's Isaac. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Trying play action. Looking left. He's got it. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Dropping back, it's St. Clair. Zings it complete to the right.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage and predictable situations.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. And the Terrapins come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Rides to back and leaves it. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. The offense lining up for a first down play. Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll run play action. Throws to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this. There he goes. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47.
You could tell he saw that grass open up, and he was not handing that football off. He was taking it himself. His eyes got enormous. Chewed up the big play. Nice big chunk play for this offense.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on second, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on 3rd.
Grab near the marker, it's Branch. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that end route.
They get to him as he throws.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got him there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Catch and stride inside the 15. He found his man and zipped it in there, and they've got a first down in the red zone at the 11. The Boilermakers will line it up on 1st and 10. Wants to adjust the pattern. On the move. And the ball's free in the backfield. And the defense jumps on it. They get that turnover.
Man, and it was just the impact of the hit that dislodged the football from the ball carrier. There was a heat-seeking missile coming in there, and he knocked that thing loose.
Running back searching for a hole. Turning it on. Now they've got breathing room. Got 6 all the way out to the 20. The Terrapins with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. To throw, it's St. Clair. Shoots it to the left. Complete downfield. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. That's the end of the period, and Purdue has the lead. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. So first down here as they go back to work. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
A pickup of 8 now to convert this 3rd and 2.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Unloads to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Manning. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. He's got it on the right. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Looking downfield, it's St. Clair. Snags it, and he will score! Touchdown, Terrapins! Extra point here will tie the game.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, and you've got to lock in.
Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. Precision, execution, and timing to pick up the 1st down on the out route.
I think you're spot on. Those out routes, man, it's got to be about timing. You got to throw that football before he breaks. Nice job seeing it. Short yard situation, throwing the ball on the money so the receiver can get upfield and get the 1st down.
So now it's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. The quick out. Slips one guy, and now he's loose. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43. The Boilermakers are moving quickly down the field. He wants to change this route. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
It seemed like there may have been a miscommunication there between the QB and receiver, just not on the same page.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And it'll be a pickup of 9. They're facing a 3rd and 1.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36. The Boilermakers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He wants to throw it again. Tight end finds a soft spot. Just not willing to take the hit. He delivers it and gets to the 27. And the Boilermakers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. An explosive play in the run He's got the first down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Fires to the wideout. Touchdown, Purdue! The offense puts up 6 with that trip to the end zone. Can these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Looking to pass, it's St. Clair. Spins away from the defender. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. And the Terrapins come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Quick release by the QB. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. On first down, here comes this offense. We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Touchdown, Boilermakers! And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Maryland has the ball back and the Terrapin offense ready to go. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the 3rd quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start the racing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
To the air, it's St. Clair. They've got the screen set up. Got room at the 35. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the big fella. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Terrapins can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Got to get to the line quickly for this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Terrapins will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. A high kick trying to pin them deep. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. They'll start this drive going to the air. Makes the catch. It's Branch. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. He might want another play. To the air on 2nd down. Got a man. It's Smith. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Snagged in the middle, it's Branch. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Wants to throw on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, and fortunate to get it back.
And this offense has done a good job coming out the gate strong. They've been really, really good. This is the type of play, man, you can give momentum back to the defense, swing it back to the other side if you're not careful with the football.
He let the thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
And what a nice play by the DB. You have to understand, that wide receiver gets that ball that quick. It's tough to get him on the ground. Nice job getting a hold of him, getting him on the ground for no gain.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Going for it all. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds. The Boilermakers will try to pin them back with the punt. Trying to play a little field position with that high punt. No chance for a return. He makes the fair catch at the 26, and that's where they'll go to work. So the offense doesn't want to take a chance here. They'll just come out and take a knee and wrap up the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there in College Park. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line.
The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Might be changing the route. Going to try to get it himself.
And we've seen this several times now. Like, he is more than willing to take off and make plays. And you can tell the defense is starting to adjust a little bit. They see it. They know it's a pass, but they had eyeballs on him. And as soon as he took off, they ran to him, and they made sure they got him on the ball.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Here on third down for this offense. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. Complete to the right. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. The Boilermakers have it with a 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Now down to the 12-yard line. It's first down. Leaves it with the back. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Quarterback making adjustments. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Purdue! They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. And they knocked through the extra point, and they're up 28-7.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score. And Jesse probably scored pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. The Terrapins want to crank the tempo. Scanning the field, it's St. Clair. Puts it out of the air. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. And the Terrapins decide to punt it away. Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. And they've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no game.
They'll try to get the first through the air. And as he throws, they're working that left side. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. From the gun, the running back has it. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front.
He'll take a shot. Throw into the end zone. It's picked off.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
From the gun, the ground game. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Gives it on the option. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wondered maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
The Terrapins are marching down the field. Looking to throw, it's St. Clair. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. Touchdown, Maryland! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Their lead down to 2 touchdowns as they go back to work on this drive. Sends it back in motion. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one? After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Quarterback making checks. Looking to throw on first down. Trying to burn this defensive back. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Branch. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it. That's the end of the period, and Purdue has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Final stand to the game, and we'll start with the 1st down. To the air on 1st down. Unloads to the right. Got his man downfield. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the 1st down. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the...
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Boilermakers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David. Just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Wants to throw. It's St. Clair. Fires to the middle. A strike downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Looking for a gap. It's Isaac. Jukes his way for more. Oh, he's still got more. Dragged down at the 43, but they've got it in enemy territory. They picked up 10 and give him a 1st down. And the Terrapins come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Caught over the middle. It's Isaac. And it seems to be a lot easier for the quarterback to find this guy than it is for the defense.
Yeah, and I think this is a guy, Reese, that you can split him out. You can feel comfortable getting the football as many ways as possible because he is one of those matchup problems. Linebackers aren't going to be able to run with him, so try to find ways to maximize that little guy's speed and athletic ability.
And he's brought down after a nice gain. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll throw it from the red zone. He wants it all. Touchdown, Terrapin! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board. Like a Thanksgiving turkey, they're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing, he's working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Working that left side now. Oh, he got loose. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
No doubt the offense at this point of the game with the lead late, they're going to try and run the football, and they're going to try and bleed the clock. They need all ball carriers to stay in bounds to keep this clock.
Breaks into the open. And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Sometimes as a quarterback, you just need to take the game over yourself. You need points to win, and it's going to come down to you throwing it or maybe running it like you just saw there to get that done.
Oh, they're after him. Cannot get away. It is a huge sack, and I can't imagine what he was thinking on that play.
And that is a great job by the defense, containing and constricting the pocket. There was nowhere for the QB to go, and he did not have a lot of time. He went down quick.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Wants to go up top. He turns that loose down the right side.
And that's not the worst place in the world to miss. Coaches will tell you, man, when you're going to take those deep shots and those fly routes down the field, if you're going to miss as a quarterback, you don't miss inside. And he misses outside a little bit. Like to give your receiver a better chance, but it's a good job missing outside.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Boilermakers will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. Back to throw, it's St. Clair. Out of the backfield, he's open. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Terrapins moving quickly to the line.
Hey, down in the 4th quarter, you better have a dude at the quarterback spot. They do, and they're going to trust him, and he's going to have to continue.
Open spaces. Touchdown, Maryland! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. The defense is going to dare them to throw the ball. They know the offense is trying to run out the clock. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
Well, you got to give this offense a ton of credit because normally they've got the lead because of this running back. Today, it's actually despite him. They really haven't gotten the production out of him that they expect week in, week out. You got to give the defense credit for that. But other guys on offense have been able to step up enough to make the plays necessary to give them the lead.
Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. Ball marked at the 26. It's 1st and 10. Snap it to the back. Running into the open space. There he goes. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. And the Boilermakers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll ride the hot hand. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. And it looks as if the offense will just take a knee. With the win today, they're now bowl eligible, and that's certainly worth celebrating, at least to some degree, wouldn't you say, guys?
Yeah, listen, at the start of the year, there are a lot of goals that get put up on the blackboard. Reaching a bowl game is one of them. So now you can go ahead and check that off. But if you're this football team, you're not celebrating that tonight. You're looking to build